Today I'll be testing two different pour over methods that basically differ based on the number of pours that I do. So with this cup, I'm just going to do 3 pours. I'm going to do the bloom for about a minute, and then I'll do 2 pours that pretty much fill it all the way to the top. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll notice that traditionally I just saturate the ground coffee and don't pour too high up the filter. So in the second cup, I'll be doing about 20 pours. So we're comparing 2 pours, or I should say 3 pours if you're including the bloom, to roughly 21 pours. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the 2 pour, or 3 pour for that matter, and then I'll finish up the 20 pour, and then I'll do a blind taste test. Okay, so here's what I mean by a full pour. I'm trying not to get it on the sides of the filter, so I'm just slowly filling it up almost to the top. The target weight in water is going to be 270. So I'm just going in circular motions here to make sure I wet everything somewhat evenly. Okay, I'll stop it there and I'll finish up the last 60 grams separately. So I'll get a few seconds. Okay. So we went a little bit over, but it's all right. So that was 3 pours. The second being the biggest. I tried to make it as even as possible, but I obviously failed on that front. So next cup will just be the 20 or so pours. We'll see how much it actually turns out to be. So you can get an idea of how the second cup is going to be brewed. I'm just going to do much shorter pours where I just saturate the ground coffee, wait a few seconds, and then pour again. So that is 2. So I'll be counting these. I'm not going to have you watch the whole thing. And when I'm back, I'll just taste both of them. I'm actually not going to do a blind taste test because I don't really have any existing expectations or biases. So I'm just going to tell you straight up which one I think is better. So I'll be right back. So I actually ended up only doing 17 pours with this one, 18 if you count the bloom. Just something I wanted you to notice before I did the taste test, you'll see that the ground coffee ring is much lower than the other one. I know I didn't show you the other one afterwards, but with something like 2 pours, it would be up here, the ground coffee, I mean, as well as down here, but it would be more spaced out, in other words. So that's kind of the main distinction. This obviously took much longer than the first cup, so that's a big variable, the time of the brew. And in fact, that's probably something worth testing in the next iteration of this. But for now, I just wanted to really see how kind of water level and the number of pours affected things. So I'll be right back with the taste and the verdict. Well, I'll tell you, I thought I was going to be able to pinpoint a winner, but it's inconclusive to me. I really can't discern any major differences between these 2 cups of coffee. They were definitely brewed in slightly different ways, even though it was with the same coffee maker at the same temperature, same grind, yada, yada, yada. That variable of time and number of pours and how you're pouring, I thought would really affect things, but I gotta say it's inconclusive. So of course I'll try this again and see if I get different results. Maybe I'll try it with some others. I'm not sure whether I should disclose how the experiment is being run and what hypothesis is being tested. That's probably not wise, but I don't want to psych out other participants either by having them think that there has to be a difference between the two of them. So there you have it. Inconclusive. Sorry if I wasted your time with this, but I encourage you to try and do this experiment on yourself. Have fun.